Despite all the good MrBeast does, it turns out his life isn't as rosy as he likely deserves, as he's had his share of raw deals. After watching this video, you might discover some newfound respect for the arguable king of the altruistic YouTube video. Statistically speaking, virtually everyone either has been or knows someone who has been in a traffic accident or narrowly avoided one. Car safety is serious business because all it takes is one distracted driver to crumple 10,000 pounds of rubber and steel around fragile human bodies at over 100 miles per hour. That's why you aren't supposed to drive while drunk or tired. But what happens when someone drives while under the effects of an undiagnosed medical condition? MrBeast knows that horror all too well.
To explain what happened to him is his heart just stopped beating. It just literally stopped beating.
During an episode of Logan Paul's Impulsive podcast, MrBeast recalled a harrowing drive after he and his crew wrapped up a shoot. They had traveled 8 hours to the site and were driving back when the guy behind the wheel, MrBeast didn't name names, suddenly asked to pull over into a gas station because he didn't feel too good. He didn't even make it that far because the next second, he seemingly fell asleep at the wheel. MrBeast did what he could to keep the car steady, slow it down, and wake up the driver, which is easier said than done on a busy highway. Well, MrBeast managed to park the car on the shoulder and save its passengers from a potentially untimely death. He later learned that his friend didn't pass out, but instead momentarily died during the event. Turns out they have a rare condition that makes their heart stop and then start up again, which means for those several tense seconds, a corpse was behind the wheel.
So by all metrics, he was literally dead, and there's a dead man driving the car.
Of course, MrBeast's friend now has a pacemaker to prevent future problems, but nobody knew he even had the affliction until after it almost killed them. Stories of celebrities who found success while fighting the challenges of a disability or disease have become common. Many YouTubers have discussed their ADD or depression, but not all problems that plague celebrities are psychological. It's surprisingly common to find celebrities with a physical disease that can leave them in severe pain if left unchecked. MrBeast is one of those people. The worst part, the disease that MrBeast suffers from has no cure.
I don't think there will ever be a cure during my lifetime. People have hopes about it, and I see all this talk about it. I personally don't think there'll be one, but, someone can prove me wrong.
MrBeast suffers from Crohn's disease. For those who have never heard of it, Crohn's is an inflammatory bowel disease that can cause a host of digestive issues. While MrBeast can mitigate the stomach pain with a heavily regulated and unfortunately repetitive diet, he can't do much about the fatigue. But MrBeast also has to deal with the mental aspect of Crohn's as it negatively impacts his socializing. Whenever his friends go out to eat, he has to pack his own food if he wants to prevent a severe stomachache. While his friends get to dine on fine pizzas and chow mein, he often has to make do with homemade PB&J. Moreover, as most people with the disease will tell you, dealing with Crohn's isn't as simple as making sure you don't eat anything that upsets your stomach. Like many people with this condition, MrBeast needs to regularly take Remicade, which requires a 4-hour stay at a hospital every 5 weeks.
I'm in remission. I get Remicade every 5 weeks, and I take pills every Saturday. I'm on a really, really strict diet, and I feel normal.
My name's MrBeast, and I don't like school.
In 2019, MrBeast admitted on Twitter that he had dropped out of college, which left fans with a lot of questions. Did he flunk out or bail on his chosen major? Fast forward to his interview with Colin and Samir, and MrBeast revealed the full story.
So I go to college, it's community college, it's not that expensive, whatever, and I just couldn't stand it, man. It made me just so depressed.
Before MrBeast went to college, he fell in love with YouTube and decided to turn the site into his career. A cliched story, but that's what happened. His mother didn't think YouTube would pan out, so she gave him an ultimatum: go to college or move out. It might sound harsh, but she wanted what was best for him.
Jimmy, you go to college, you can stay in the bonus room upstairs. You drop out, you're out of the house.
So MrBeast did what many people would do and went to a community college for about 2 weeks. He couldn't stand the classes, but he didn't have it in him to break his mother's heart. So MrBeast kept up appearances by driving to college every day. But instead of going to classes, he spent his hours working on videos on his computer while parked on campus. Eventually, MrBeast made enough money from his videos to move out, so he broke the news to his mother and, keeping true to his promise, moved out the next day. His mother was initially devastated, but she eventually came around. At the very least, MrBeast gave higher education the old college try. He failed, but he failed on his own terms and turned it into success.
Okay, that didn't really work, so now we're just gonna do Coke versus Coke and pray I don't die.
YouTube is a monolithic site. An estimated 500 hours worth of content is uploaded every minute, so it is literally impossible to see everything the platform has to offer within one lifetime. To maximize the odds of viewers watching their videos, many content creators try to stand out with eye-catching and hyperbolic thumbnails. Many people make fun of these overblown images, but MrBeast went one step further and tried to recreate the impossible feats depicted in one series of memeable thumbnails. Unfortunately, he succeeded. In one of the few non-charity videos on MrBeast's main channel, he tried to see if he could damage anything, including himself, with a run-of-the-mill fidget spinner. He tried slicing open his cheek and neck with the toy, and he also tried to knock out a tooth with it, but the gadget failed to even scratch him. Later, MrBeast moved on to inanimate objects. He tried to destroy everything from wine glasses to giant college textbooks, but only a flimsy light bulb cracked under the fidget spinner. MrBeast even tried shattering a Coke bottle with the spinner, which ended exactly how you expect. For some reason, MrBeast really wanted to destroy some Coke, so he tapped two bottles together. Surprisingly, they shattered with enough force to slice his cheek. While the cut didn't hurt, judging by his reaction, MrBeast still needed stitches to close the wound.
Whoa! Oh, shoot.
Let MrBeast serve as a warning, don't mess around with Coke bottles. Sprite bottles probably aren't safe either.